I was so proud of myself because I actually dodged the Sephora sale like a pro. Next thing I know, Sephora does something they never do. They extended the sale. So let's enjoy this haul that should not have happened. Hi pretty people, it's Crystal, your very own personal beauty pro, and if you are new here, I actually am a working makeup artist in advertising, commercial, editorial, and runway. I love educating, encouraging, and inspiring you through beauty and fragrance. And although I'm your very own personal beauty pro, today's haul is proof that even pros can get God. And you know, for us girls, sometimes just buying one or two things can be a slippery slope. So I accidentally slipped into a couple more stores and picked up some other things. And I also received some gorgeous gifts that I think you are going to enjoy seeing as well. So cozy up. We're going to have a girly girl good time. I am actually at my vanity. I was about to wrap it up for the night and do my evening skincare routine. But before I put these things up, I definitely wanted to share them with you. And of course, we'll get some good beauty tips along the way. And let's start with that surprise. I received not one, but two gorgeous boxes of the beautiful Ashunta Sharif beauty. If you are not familiar with Ashunta, she is celebrity makeup to more stars than I can list. And I did have the privilege and joy of meeting Ashunta and interviewing her, and I shared that in a behind the scenes vlog. I'll be sure to link that here. You may enjoy watching it. So I was so tickled when Ashunta reached out and said she wanted to send me a couple of things, but she practically sent me everything from her line. And if you want to see the products in action, I have really good short on TikTok and IG. She sent her diamond sponges, and it was perfect timing because I'm out of my beauty blenders and I actually need to restock. I am pretty particular when it comes to beauty sponges. These are beautiful. They are super soft. They expand when you dampen them. This diamond shape is perfect for getting into every nook and cranny of the face. She also has a gorgeous lineup of lip stains in these beautiful colors. And when I tell you they stay put, they are going to be on as long as you are. The colors are beautiful and the formula goes on smooth. It's perfect timing because one of my Sephora lip stains, the color was discontinued and it was a beautiful violet, and this is spot on. Starting with the purple, that's Royalty L'Orange. That hot pink is bubblegum. Beautiful rosy nude, I believe is called nude. And then next to it is this beautiful caramel called Toffee. That beautiful matte red is called Drama. If you enjoy Good Morning America's deals, Ashunta was actually just on that show and featured all these products. Some of my favorites are these multi-dimensional lip glosses. These are stunners. These multi-dimensional glosses are absolutely gorgeous. They're so unique. They can be worn alone, or they can really add this like custom look to your lip looks. Ashunta has this very unique product called Thermal Blush, and you can get it either with a wand applicator, and it's also in a pot. It goes on clear, but as it adapts to the warmth of your skin, it turns a beautiful natural berry that suits your particular complexion. She has this beauty water fix-it spray that I am able to spray while I'm speaking to you because the mist is so fine. And I have actually seen these in action on set. These are Ashunta Sharif's UV mascaras, and they're a beautiful mascara, but under the black light, you get this gorgeous, vivid, electric color. She has the beautiful Blur Effects foundation and concealer. I was already familiar with these. These foundations give you what I call that runway skin, beautiful, even skin, but still very skin-like and natural. And they are fabulous for convenience and travel, or if you're an artist, because the concealer is housed in the cap of the foundation. This is the Unicorn Multi-Chrome Glitter Palette. And I really don't have to say much. It kind of introduces itself. A stunning assortment of glitter is suspended in sort of a putty-like formula. So you can lay it down, spread it out, place it where you want it to go. This is the Mermaid Fantasy palette. This was another product that was really good timing because I've been shopping around brands to re-up my pastel and shimmering pastel shades. These are absolutely beautiful. This one is the Unicorn 2. I love the curation of this palette. It has more of that gorgeous glitter formula, but then it also has a row of these really beautiful core matte colors. Now let's get into what started as just one or two necessities and somehow ended at a Sephora haul. I popped into Marshall's to re-up on some soaps that I really love, and I shared that in a recent affordable fragrance video. I popped in to get those and popped out with a few more things because you have to look around while you're in there. Like I said, I need to restock my beauty blenders, but I do have a pro discount with beauty blenders. The insider tip, many brands have pro programs. So if you're a working professional makeup artist and you have the proper credentials, you can apply to those brands. The thing is, you usually have to order directly from the brand, and that's what I do very often, unless I'm just pressed, in which case into Sephora I go. But at any rate, I say that to say that's why I'm out of beauty blenders and they hadn't arrived yet. So I needed something in the meantime. So I picked up these Real Technique sponges. It's my personal sponges that I'm out of. And so I figured these will hold me over. But I did not know at the time that I was going to be gifted the Ashunta Sharif beauty sponges, but I'll definitely report back and let you know if I thought the quality was up to par. And then random items, since we don't talk about hair care often on here, but I got the BioSilk, the Silk Therapy hairspray. What I love about this finishing spray is that it has a natural hold. So it has a natural touchable hold, doesn't build up on the hair, and it works really well on all hair types, and it gives you a soft, subtle sheen, and it doesn't stick to thermal tools. I like this for myself and also for the occasional hair client. If you are new here, I am a licensed esthetician and a licensed hairstylist in addition to being a makeup artist. So it's not just a fly-by-night interest. I really am a professional in a few areas of beauty. I also do hair and makeup on set. The other one I really love but am out of is the Kenra. The Kenra Design Spray, particularly number 9, is fabulous. And then I love these little razors for various things. I was in need of some daily lashes. These are the 815, are the faux mink style with the invisible lash band. They give a touch of glam without going too far over the top. I also need to restock my favorite lash adhesive, which is the Callus. But while I was in Marshall's, they had Duo, which is another reliable brand in lash adhesive. So what had happened was Sephora had its annual spring sale. It has 2 sales a year, and I actually managed not to buy a thing. The next thing I know, I'm minding my own business in the next day or so after the sale is supposed to be over, and apparently the economy has reached Sephora as well, because they did something they never do, and they extended that sale and had the audacity to send out emails saying,
"We noticed you had not shopped the sale.
Here is a code." And long story short, I guess I will continue to be rouge to infinity and beyond, because the more I looked at that code, the more I thought,
I am running low on a couple of skincare items.
There are some fragrances I've been curious about, and the rest is history. One of the things I was and just did legitimately run out of was my favorite Dermalogica cleansing oil. And the cleanser oil I have really been missing is my Tata Harper. This nourishing oil cleanser does know its worth, and it charges accordingly. So the sale is a good time to get it. This is one of my all-time favorites, not only because it's effective, but because I really like the amount of natural oils that are in here, I've lost count on how many times I've replaced this oil, and I am so excited to have it back in my rotation, and I will be using it tonight. Now, this next one technically wasn't my purchase. I will be sending the bill for this to AI the Great, and if you do not know Aisha from AI the Great, she has a fabulous fragrance channel. She is very much a glamour girl and a beauty lover. I have seen her mention and use this, and I have seen AI the Great look like a very expensive glazed goddess one too many times. So I had to finally try this toner so I too could look like an expensive glazed donut after my evening treatment. Daily Refining Milk Peel Toner, and it just so happens that I was out of my toner, my acid toner in particular, so it was time to replenish. For my toners, I typically like something like a lactic or glycolic. This one features lipohydroxy acid, and it's a derivative of salicylic acid. Salicylic acid is one of the really good acids because it is the one that actually gets into the pore and helps to prevent those breakouts. It's also good for cell turnover. This lipohydroxy acid is a more gentle form, so this can be used daily. I have more dry leaning skin and I tend to be more conservative with acid, so I'll probably use it every other day. I will say I was dying of curiosity, so I did test it a little and I already love the way it applies, but we'll see about the effectiveness and how my skin likes it, and I will definitely report back. This is another product where, like the Tata Harper cleansing oil, I am going back to something I know I love, and that's the Fresh Kombucha Facial Treatment Essence, an essence that has repairing and restoring properties. It also has antioxidants. The essence is a beautiful and effective step in your skincare routine. It really helps to replenish the moisture after cleansing. Depending on how it's formulated, it adds additional nutrients. Also helps the skin be more receptive to your products that you add afterward. I love SK2, but I wasn't feeling that wealthy that day. But I did want something I know that I enjoy. The other thing I'm running low on is my daily moisturizer. I have not been exactly thrilled with my moisturizers lately. My skin has been a bit persnickety and not wanting to stay hydrated. I was thinking about returning to the Tatcha Dewy Cream, which I love, but I'm going to take a different angle with this dryness that I have been having, and so instead I got the Tatcha Water Cream. This one is more for the oily leaning girl. Will give them the hydration and the moisture that they need without making them super greasy. But in my case, sometimes when you're drier leaning, you're thinking about heavier creams, something more rich, something more greasy almost. But without the water or the hydration in the skin, it will still continue to lean very dry. Instead of going for the richer dewy cream, I'm going for the water cream, something light, something moisture focused, I think will be more well received and more hydrating to my skin at this point. And then I might use something more emollient or richer to seal in that moisture. So I'll let you know how that theory works. And if not, I'll argue with my esthetician, who happens to be me. This product is refillable, so I like that. Tatcha is so elegant in their presentation. They have that golden spoon applicator on top, so you don't have to dig your fingers in if you don't care to. It's just always a nice brand experience. I got a backup of Benefits Precisely My Brow, the Detailer. This is one of the micro fine brow pencils that I would actually replenish. Benefit has figured out how to house this so that it doesn't break every time you use it. It's also retractable, It comes in really nice natural colors. Brows are really Benefit's lane when it comes to developing products. And I'm only human, so of course I had to look into a fragrance or two. But I did exercise some restraint because primarily I got travel size bottles. I can give it a test run, see if I really love it, enjoy wearing it a time or two. That's how I justified it. This first one actually also goes on AI the Great's bill. This is Marc Jacobs Daisy Wild Oh So Intense. I was not necessarily in the market for this, but it got such a good reaction by a reliable source that I had to at least look into it. This is a fruity floral. In particular, I get quite a bit of jasmine, but what it also has is this delectable candied banana. I'm also getting something sweet and tangy. This smells delicious. Can't wait to really spray it on and give it a real wear test. I do think you have to like jasmine for this one because it's very present, but so is that delicious banana candy. To me, it's almost like a candied banana cocktail. Marc Jacobs Daisy Wild Oh So Intense. I did not even know I was in the market for a daisy until this. The next travel is the Carolina Herrera Very Good Girl Elixir. I love Very Good Girl and I own that one too. I think that one is so scrumptious and the performance is beautiful. I think it doesn't have a typical designer experience. It has a slight nod to a Delina type style of fragrance, but it is by no means a dupe. I love that one, so I really wanted to try this elixir. And this is not exactly a blind buy because I tried this in Hawaii. Carolina Herrera's Very Good Girl. That's the one, by the way, in the red shoe because they have 1,000 of them at this point. But that one to me is, I guess, a tart, tangy, slightly spicy fragrance. There's a juiciness about it, and this is very close to it, but it's as if they've added like a crushed dark cherry. I'm not sure if I would want a full bottle of this, but I will definitely enjoy wearing the travel. If I ended up really loving this, I would wait until I finish the Very Good Girl. There's a new Viktor & Rolf Flower Bomb. This is Flower Bomb Extreme. Flower Bomb is what I would call an earthy, fruity, floral, very sensual, very intense, and has this delicious sweetness. There have been several iterations of Flower Bomb at this point. This full size comes in a gorgeous matte pink bottle, which of course caught my eye, but I also genuinely love the Flower Bomb family. I currently don't have any because I have given my Flower Bombs away. My absolute favorite is Flower Bomb Nectar. That is an intoxicating fragrance. There's also a very unique gunpowder like note in Flower Bomb, which I think adds this odd metallic spicy kick. I have loved the Ruby Orchid, and I also had last year's release, which I let go. Not because I didn't love it, but simply because I have too many fragrances and was not rotating back to it, so it was good to just let someone else enjoy it. But this I had to investigate because they have added a raspberry note. I love the Flower Bomb DNA because to me it's so femme fatale, but still a crowd pleaser because of that sugary sweetness. And this is delicious. It smells like they've added a powdered raspberry sugar to Flower Bomb. I'll know more about whether I really love it enough to own a full bottle as I get to wear it, but I love it so far. I talked about the Ellis Brooklyn fragrance brand in a recent video. If we're being honest, I was going purely off vibes on this one. One, because I do like the House of Ellis Brooklyn, but also just look at this beautiful coral mango colored packaging. I love a good tropical fragrance. This one has been getting mixed reviews, so I was curious about it. This is a guava, banana, mango nowlater. Definitely has that bright, juicy, Jolly Rancher feel. And I do experience whatever they've used to create that banana guava vibe. A bright, pretty, juicy, tropical fragrance. I'll be interested to see how this one wears. Sometimes these types of notes aren't very lasting, but I'm looking forward to giving this a full wear. So I was in my fruity tropical bag because it's spring, summer. I have been dying to try Santa Barbara Strawberry by Nest. And if you're not new to the channel, you may know that I have, I think, all the other Nest oils, and I really do enjoy them. And strawberry sounded so delicious. So this is strawberry, peony, which is kind of rose-like, and musk. When I first tried a couple of drops, I didn't really get much fragrance, and that kind of concerned me, but I decided to hold off on the snap decision. I was like, I'm going to give this one more day, and girl, if you don't speak up, you're going back to Sephora. In hindsight, I think it was because I was sampling so many other fragrances. I just had fatigue at that point. When I tried this the next day, I got the most delicious strawberry. The sweet, juicy strawberry almost smells like a strawberry liqueur or a strawberry daiquiri. It's sweet, but that hint of musk grounds it and keeps it from going in a juvenile direction. This is going to be gorgeous, layered under so many scents, and I can't wait to give this a full wear. I finally got the big bottle of the Catalina Herrera Good Girl Blush fragrance, and once I finally got it, it no longer moved me. I still think it smells just as good, but I didn't see myself really reaching for it. And that may be because I have the elixir that may have just given me my Good Girl Blush fix, and it felt kind of redundant. I am not a big returner at all, but I'm also making a very special effort not to acquire things that I don't absolutely love and will wear. So I decided to exchange the Good Girl Blush, but I was torn about what to get. I was in the mood for a good old-fashioned, fabulous, womanly, designer perfume that was simultaneously a crowd pleaser but could be worn in different occasions, whether it be day events or a night out. So I decided to get the Prada Paradoxe Intense. I remember when the first Prada Paradoxe came out, I was like, well, here we go again. You know, they're capitalizing off of that sweet jasmine DNA, that Born in Roma-like DNA, which I love, by the way, but I thought was getting a little repetitive. But when I smelled the original Prada Paradoxe, I actually did like it. And although it is similar to that sweet jasmine genre, it does have a little bit of personality of its own. But this Intense, it dials it all the way up. And it really is perfect when you want to feel feminine and fabulous, and you want the room to feel the same way, because fragrances like these are such a crowd pleaser and a compliment getter. And the ladies I know whose taste I actually trust, they absolutely love their Prada Paradoxe. This does have a very present jasmine, and there's something sweet, almost like a syrupy vanilla. This one has a big dose of that ambrofix, which mimics ambergris. So that's kind of this ambery, earthy touch. And there's a moss note that also adds this earthy vibe as well. The fragrance is intense and rich, but it's not too thick and syrupy. There's also something juicy. It's like someone squeezed just a drop of something citrus. One of the things I said I'm going to test myself on is whether I can wear a fragrance for an entire week straight. And I think I might be trying that with Prada Paradoxe Intense. I'll have to see. It might be a bit much when I'm in close proximity with a client. I am in the mood for this type of DNA, so I plan to get a lot of wears out of this. Let me know if you ended up shopping the recent Sephora sale, or if you, like me, fell for the Sephora shenanigans and ended up shopping the after sale. As always, I enjoyed chatting beauty with you, and I look forward to seeing you in the very next video. But until next time, keep it pretty.